That being said, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has always been wary of exchange-traded fund applications. Bitwise's application, which aims to create an ETF based on XRP, is no different. Investors still have more questions, even though the application might not be processed for a few months. But the biggest problem isn't just with paperwork. Ripple is also having trouble with the law, which makes things more complicated and causes worry. One of the biggest problems Bitwise is having in its efforts to speed up the acceptance of the XRP exchange-traded fund is that it is still in court battles with Ripple. Since it was announced that the SEC was filing charges against Ripple, the price of XRP has dropped sharply from $0.66 to $0.53, a loss of about $20. So it looks like the future of XRP depends on the decisions made by the SEC, which doesn't want to give the CTF the go-ahead. Analysts at Kaiko have said that it is very unlikely that Grayscale will turn their trust into an XRP exchange trading fund. Fans of XRP who were hoping for a quick return on the market have been let down. Based on the most latest XRP numbers, the following is correct. The first price of Ripple was $0.66, and the price right now is $0.53. The whole drop in price is more than 20. Other things that experts talk about are problems with the futures market. However, some people think that the fact that there are no options on XRP is not an important reason for ETFs to exist, while others disagree. Another member of the Securities and Exchange Commission who supports cryptocurrencies is Hester Pierce. She even said that an exchange-traded fund based on spots might be possible even if there are no futures. She thinks that a product could come out that is similar to the ones that were made for Bitcoin or Ethereum. On the other hand, the current state of the market is still a problem for XRP, and there is a lot of uncertainty. The Ripple CC deal could still happen in the next 14 days. Also, make sure you don't miss this chance. You can find the link in the movie's description. Let's watch our movie now. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission recently sent a notice of appeal on October 2nd, 2024. This shows that it plans to appeal Judge Elisa Torres' ruling in the Ripple case. The cryptocurrency community as a whole thinks that the CC is going to change its mind about the July 2023 decision that said selling XRP on public platforms does not make it a security. However, there is a chance that both sides will not have to go through the appeals process because of a possible deal. It wasn't made clear in SEC's notice, and some people think Ripple might also try to fight it in a made-up cross-appeal. Both sides have 14 days from the date of filing to settle the legal appeal, which is when the Section Ripple deadline for settlement is due. The notice of appeal opened this window and told Brett that agreements are common in the courtroom. That is especially true when both sides stand to gain from a quick settlement of the problem. If a settlement were reached during this time, there would be no need for any further judicial proceedings. Chief Executive Officer Brad Garlinghouse and Chief Legal Officer Stuart Alderati of Ripple have said they are unhappy with the move by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission to go to court. Ty calls the way CSE works litigation warfare against the cryptocurrency industry. Garlinghouse has also shown his anger and said again that he will fight the case. He says the SEC shouldn't keep doing what it's doing without any options or consequences. However, Ripple's leaders haven't said in public that they want a settlement to reach a deal with the CC. Could be very good for XRP. The Securities and Exchange Commission has a lot at stake in the case against Ripple because it involves the lawsuit against Ripple has been holding up the digital asset for a long time. The goal is to control the cryptocurrency industry under securities law. And if the fight goes on for a long time, it might hurt it even more. Bitwise recently asked for approval of an XRP exchange-traded fund to be sent to Fend. This could also slow down big steps forward. The draw is a mix of something that could be dangerous and something that could be good. This could make it even more clear that XRP is not a security, which would have big effects on the company and the cryptocurrency market as a whole. Since this is the case, both sides have reasons to try to reach a deal within 14 days of the notice of appeal. Such a result could lead to a faster settlement for Ripple while keeping the CC from having to wait. The budget for the Ripple case has been cut, but the SEC has said it will still go after Ripple investors in court. Because of the ongoing disagreement between Ripple and the SEC, the cryptocurrency market has been in a lot of trouble. Investors are torn between opportunities and risks because of this dispute, the results of this most recent appeal and the future of XRP are both uncertain. The situation is seen differently by institutional investors compared to regular investors who may be worried about it because the Ripple token is being sued. The future of X is very uncertain, which could be good for big cryptocurrency investors. This could be a great time for institutional investors to buy XRP at a low price, since other investors may panic and sell their holdings out of fear of the appeal that will be made by QCC on Monday. I'm looking for the CEO of Alpha Lions Academy at Pure Energy to shed some light on this matter. According to the finding, this could mean that the SEC's appeal level could make it possible for institutional buyers to buy XRP at a lower price, even though the market is likely to be volatile in the short term and there are legal concerns. In December 2020, XRP is expected to keep going up because it will be more and more integrated into the world financial system. The price of XRP dropped to about $17 after the Securities and Exchange Commission sued Ripple. Small buyers left the market in large numbers because of this. On the other hand, big investors slowly built up XRP during this time of instability. Based on what the SEC is doing now, this pattern could happen again. The SEC is the regulatory body that decides if these funds will be open to the public. There doesn't seem to be much chance right now that an exchange-traded fund will be created for XRP. Because of the current dispute between the watchdog and the company in charge of the token. As the Gold case shows, courts are more likely to question the CC's enforcement methods when they don't have strong legal support. However, the fact that Ripple has a registered entity in a US state is still a positive step that could change the way regulations are enforced. The regulatory landscape is also known as the regulatory landscape. Although the legal battles are still going on, this ruling gives Ripple's case a big boost. The people in charge of Ripple, especially Alderati, are still hopeful that the courts will finally rule in their favor. This would mean that the US Securities and Exchange Commission would have even less power in the cryptocurrency industry after they filed an appeal with the US Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit. Ripple Labs plans to move on to the next step of the process by October 3rd. As we said, Ripple has promised to defend itself until the very end, and details are coming in the way CNF reported them. Judge Annalise of the U.S. District Court said last year that selling XRP to regular buyers through exchanges does not break any federal securities laws. It's been over a year since this important decision. Anna, a spokeswoman for the Securities and Exchange Commission, said that the decision goes against the legal standard that the Supreme Court set at the time. There have been rumors of an internal disagreement about the Ripple issue. This comes at the same time that Curious Grohl, a famous enforcement director at the Securities and Exchange Commission, has announced his departure. Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple's CEO, responded to the appeal by referring to the judgment as an asserted. It is the law that XRP is not a security even though the commission has hurt the company's image and honesty.